1829, London has relied on the Metropolitan Police Service for peace, stability, and justice. They weren't perfect, but at least there was some democratic control. Now there's a new sheriff in town. If you're a victim of crime or you just want to silence a peaceful protest, there's a new police force to turn to. Albion. And they're about as far from the old-fashioned Bobby on the beat as it's possible to get. When Hassani handed over London to Nigel Cass, many people were surprised. But we weren't. London has been up for sale and privatisation for years. The only difference is that now the private companies have guns. We reverse it, and what's the price of justice? On Buccaneer, we conceal everyone's full names for their own safety. Here's Helen, who investigated policing, civil rights and justice in pre-crisis Britain.
One of the kind of classic hallmarks of a fascist leader is having their own private army or police force. You know, it is in a democracy, the state tends to have a monopoly on violence, and that's not what happens when a state fails. You know, you end up with people running their own private militias, and we've seen this all over the world. You know, every kind of great dictator in history has had basically their own jackbooted set of guys that they can send in to rough up people who annoy them. And that's the danger of a force like Albion. You know, you start taking powers to yourself, and actually who is in charge of telling you know. It's always a worrying sign when you see, say, a president surrounding themselves with ex-military guys, with, you know, 5-star generals or whatever it might be, because that sort of suggests that they want to run the country like you run a war. And in a war, you have to be incredibly hierarchical. You know, you have to be top-down. People essentially have to obey orders, because that's the only way that you can make that work. That's not how it works normally in a democracy. And that's the problem, really, is you end up in a situation where normal peacetime checks and balances are suspended, and that's really scary.
Is policing ever politically neutral? We spoke to academic Alfie, all names on the down low, of course, about the politics of law and order.
I think it's very important to consider the changes that have happened in public space in London. I mean, the honest answer is there hardly is any.
If we're going to keep on the way we've been going, we really should consider bringing on a medical professional.
It's better than watching tutorials on how to suture your own wounds.
This is London Calling. I'm Tash, and this is Buccaneer, your source for what they don't want you to know. Today we're talking about policing, by consent or by force for profit. Ever since But Hill created the police force as we know it in 1829. London has relied on the Metropolitan Police Service for peace, stability and justice. They weren't perfect, but at least there was some democratic control. Now there's a new sheriff in town. If you're a victim of crime or you just want to silence a peaceful protest, there's a new police force to turn to. Albion. And they're about as far from the old-fashioned Bobby on the beat as it's possible to get. When Hassani handed over London to Nigel Cass, many people were surprised. But we weren't. London has been up for sale and privatisation for years.
Are you mad? Seriously? Holy fuckery!
My oh my, deadbolt trumps technology. The door is sealed, but this rubbish chute might do. It either leads to the cellar or your grisly death. Or both, I suppose.
Grand. Just grand.
catch you. We need to talk. Thanks for the distraction. Gave me the second I needed to take care of this filth.
Jesus, you alright? He was about to carve you up like a Sunday roast.
He was. I'm fine. I just need a second to catch my breath and find my files.
Hold on. You're Caitlin Lau. Police Inspector Caitlin Lau, right? We found your video logs. You went after Bloody Mary all by yourself. Very impressive.
It wasn't always on my own. Who the hell are... You're dead sick, aren't you? You tracked me to the slaughterhouse.
I wish you could say we did. A friend of ours disappeared from the EPC. The trail led here. To this abomination. I was saying some dark shit, but this...
Then I'm sorry. I don't think there's much hope for finding him alive. The Kellys have got a sick little operation going. A kind of human organ black market. I've been investigating them for months. And they got my fucking files. God, I feel like shit.
You should rest. Tell you what, we can get you somewhere safe. Short term, no strings. In the meantime, I'll find Angel in your files. They sound important.
Everything I've gathered on Mary Kelly. Almost enough to take her down.
Grant. After all this, DedSec will be having a closer look at Mary fucking Kelly. Could use all the help we can get.
All right, an operative is on their way to escort Inspector Lau. So, let's find Angel and Inspector Lau's files.
I'll wait for your guy in here. And thanks for your help. I'm glad we're joining forces.
There's no doubt about it. This whole operation is meant to harvest organs. Clan Kelly's chopping off the parts they want and burning the leftovers.
Well, I'll go out on a limb and guess that none of these people volunteered to be donors.
Never having porky.
You shut your gob. I'm gonna throw up if you keep talking shite. Bad enough we're on disposal. I don't need to hear that.
Can't help it, man. The stench sticks with you, yeah? I was like last night, chatting with this bird and she up and just left. It's like told me I smelled like arse.
There were worse things than smelling a little right, yeah? You'll find out if the wrong ears catch you complaining.
Hang on a sec. Arsehole!
Got your back, fam. Let's take this up. Hey, hold up! Fucking hell!
Well done, you got the files. The inspector will be impressed. Now, let's find Angel before one of us loses their lunch.
What's the crack? Fuck me. Look at these poor bastards. Can't tell one from the other. Bagley, any ideas?
Take a picture and I can run key details past various databases. Negative.
Jesus, how many others has Clan Kelly put through this torture? We got to stop Mary Kelly.
Again, not Angel. She thought it through. Those microchips are probably filled with some sort of toxin that induces paralysis and asphyxiation. Intubation would prolong life until surgeons get round to them.
So it keeps the organs fresh by killing them slow. Fucking animals.
Unfortunately, I must confirm that this is indeed Angel Lopez.
Shit. Angel. He knew the risks. I did too, but... never thought DedSec would get caught up in this. Mary Kelly is preying on London's most vulnerable. She's a fucking monster. Taking her out needs to be a DedSec priority.
Now get out of here before someone decides to turn you into minced meat. Chop chop.
No kidding.
DedSec? Caitlin Lau here. I wanted to thank you. I'd be nothing but an anatomy lesson by now. Or a pile of ashes.
You'll be happy to know that Inspector Lau has been escorted to a nearby refuge and is getting her wounds treated.
I'll be fine. Still a little flighty from whatever they gave me. And frankly, a little stunned that we've joined forces.
I never would have predicted this, but I'm glad DedSec is working with you, Inspector. With your experience and our resources, we can stop Mary Kelly from hurting anyone else.
Exactly. You have an organization, I have information, and some backing from powerful people. Pool our resources, and we might just take her down. Mary Kelly's no petty criminal.
Bagley, I can't just decide what to do with these files in the field. Let's get everyone together.
I'll sync with Inspector Lau and prepare a briefing.
This is London Calling. I'm Tash, and you're listening to Buccaneer, your source for what they don't want you to know. Today we're talking about Dev Hassani, our gone, but sadly not forgotten Prime Minister.
I found a potential recruit for you. Drop in a pin on your map.
Today's gone tomorrow politician, until his infamous London is drowning speech went viral. The forces of darkness he unleashed with that speech changed everything around us. Was Hassani's rise inevitable? Could it have been stopped? And what happens when democracy starts to breed the ideas that can destroy it? Using back channels and underground contacts, we got in touch with political analysts and historians to find out how it's possible for cynical, short-term leaders like our beloved Prime Minister to give birth to political nightmares. No full names, as you know. These days, telling the truth can get you killed. Helen spelt out the dangers of populism for major political magazines and websites back in the pre-censorship days.
The appeal of fascist politics is about strongmen, and they are usually men. Because it's about saying there are simple problems.
This is London Calling. I'm Tash, and you're listening to Buccaneer, your source for what they don't want you to know. Today we're talking about Dev Hassani, our gone, but sadly not forgotten Prime Minister. It's strange to think that he was just another here today, gone tomorrow politician until his infamous London is drowning speech went viral. The forces of darkness he unleashed with that speech changed everything around us. Was Hassani's rise inevitable? Could it have been stopped? And what happens when democracy starts to breed the ideas that can destroy it? Using back channels and underground contacts, we got in touch with political analysts and historians to find out how it's possible for cynical, short-term leaders like our beloved Prime Minister to give birth to political nightmares. No full names, as you know. These days, telling the truth can get you killed. Helen spelt out the dangers of populism for major political magazines and websites back in the pre-censorship days.
The appeal of fascist politics is about strongmen, and they are usually men, because it's about saying there are simple problems that are really easy to define, say immigration, and there are simple solutions to them, stop immigration. And they are really appealing because they make sense of a world that can often feel really complicated and confusing, and they do offer, or seem to offer, action, instead of what politics can often be, which is a kind of messy type of compromise where no one gets really what they want.
You don't know me, but I heard we might have some mutual interests.
Shit, are you saying you're DedSec? I could really use your help.
We might be able to help. What's the situation?
Anyway, look, my friend just got picked up by Albion, my undocumented friend. They're going to be deported any day now.
Just so happens that busting people out of Albion Holding is my favourite hobby. I'll handle it.
Love the attitude, but it won't work. Without papers, they'll just get picked up the next time they cross a checkpoint. We need a passport. One of those high-quality forgeries with integrated biometrics, like Clan Kelly cells.
Okay, we'll handle it.
If you help me out with this, I'll owe you one. A big one.
Would you give me a hand here, Baggy?
Clan Kelly routinely moves their passport forgeries around the city. There should be a shipment in one of their delivery cars. I've also found the Albion facility where our prospect's undocumented friend is being detained.
Grand.
Forgotten Prime Minister. It's strange to think that he was just another here today, gone tomorrow politician. Till his infamous London is drowning speech went viral. The forces of darkness he unleashed with that speech changed everything around us. Was Hassani's rise inevitable? Could it have been stopped? And what happens when democracy starts to breed the ideas that can destroy it? Using back channels and underground contacts, we got in touch with political analysts and historians to find out how it's possible for cynical, short-term leaders like our beloved Prime Minister to give birth to political nightmares. No full names, as you know. These days, telling the truth can get you killed. Helen spelt out the dangers of populism for major political magazines and websites back in the pre-censorship days.
The appeal of fascist politics is about strongmen, and they are usually men, because it's about saying there are simple problems that are really easy to define, say immigration, and there are simple solutions to them, stop immigration. And they are really appealing because they make sense of a world that can often feel really complicated and confusing.
This is where our prospect's undocumented friend is being held.
Grand.
You move, it's going to get a lot more uncomfortable.
have it.
Turn around and exit the area right now. Oh. Good to see you. Mission underway. Failure to comply will result in forceful intervention. Surrender yourself. Failure to comply will result in extreme measures. Continuing unlawful activity will result in arrest.
Calling for backup.
Your teammate is en route to hospital, where they'll be for the foreseeable future.
Again? Got to be careful out there. Let's go. Can I be of service? I'm going to have to ask you to leave. You are not allowed here.
Holy crap! There's a body here.
Huh?
Right, fan out and find the top.
Gonna break that thing! Flying piece of rubbish!
This place looks familiar and different all at once.
Urgent call. Possible hostile at your location.
Monitoring for unusual activity.
On the right-hand side, when you walk in.
Oh!
All right, my
Control,
friend.
I've lost sight of the target. Over.
What's happening?
Calling off the pursuit. Over and out.
You seem nervous hiding something.
Mimic, I swear. Just out here for a walk.
So, you're just walking.
You look familiar. You're dead sick, aren't you?
What? No, I'm just walking. That's all.
Well, I guess I'm wrong. This isn't necessary.
Sticking around here.
You are whatless. All right, get a move on. Why are you acting like this?
I'll make it break block in this city without seeing a flock of drones buzzing around. You know they give you cancer, right? signals? I know they say they're safe. Come on, you believe that? It's like walking around inside a microwave. We're just gonna drop their useless little shit.
Please, for fuck's sake, please.
Antisocial behavior often appears suspicious and is prone to help investigation.
Do not get away!
Mindful of your actions.
Out of their bloody minds. Asshole. Selfish idiot.
Hello there.
Attention civilians. Disobeying a direct order from Albion First
Jeez.
What was that? Bell end?
Don't see anything here.
There he is. Get him out.
Searching for target.
Begin area search.
Searching for suspect. Acknowledged. Searching the area.
You are going down when we find you.
Stay alert.
Here, moving on.
This area is being supported by the GDB.
Searching for target.
Spread out and search the area.
Investigating disturbance.
Help me.
Global British Broadcasting. Britain's first news network.
Anyone else want some of this?
Your comrade is now taking an Albion-mandated timeout. You're up.
So it's on me then. All right.
Oi, you, get your ass over here. I did. What, me?
Okay, fine.
Hold still during the stand.
Alright. Is there a problem?
We're clear. Move on.
Right, yeah, cheers.
Fuck off and see what you too close. Make it stop!
I like my tea the way I like you.
Hey, round of ID check. So, ID check right now.
Yeah, let's just get it over.
Urgent call. Possible hostile at your location. received. Watching for suspect.
Negative. No sign of the target yet.
Search has yielded no results. Report back to HQ.
What's the crack?
You will comply, goddammit. I'll put you in hospital.
All units. I repeat, all units. We have reports of a hostile in your area. Over.
Received. Mobilizing now. Out.
Yo, there's some terrorists off the sea in the surface.
You seem nervous. You're hiding.
Fuck me!
I'm a civilian who needs medical attention. Over. Control, we are still on the suspect. Over.
I had them. Where did they go?
Keep talking and I'll show you how fast you can get about your rights. Remember who you answer to next time you think about taking a stand.
Return to HQ. This is pointless.
Get the hell out of here.
Over there.
Bloody hell!
The hostage is in here. Let's get him out.
Investigating disturbance.
suspect reported in your area, potentially armed and hostile.
Received. Let's keep this by the book, over. Where did they go? Shit!
GBB, first on the scene, first to bring you the news. Target is long gone. Disengage. Over and out.
Is this really happening?
Damn it! Think we lost him.
Shots fired!
We've detected strange drone activity near your location, over.
Received. We'll engage if necessary.
Control, we are unsighted of suspects, over.
Right, I'm putting a stop to this. Units fall back. Over.
Suspect reported in your area. Potentially armed and hostile. Received. Responding to the situation now.
Send some reinforcements.
Engaging hostile target.
I'm in pursuit of the target.
Sierra 4-2, Sierra 4-2, this is Control. The alarm has been activated near the area.
You're going down. Investigate.
Any other patrols have eyes on the suspect, over?
Right.
Moving! Somebody check that out.
Received, we are in pursuit.
I'm moving in.
They must be over here.
Come in. Is that it?
Check everywhere.
Sweep the area! Drone, search!
Returning to HQ. Search terminated.
God!
This is London Calling. You're listening to Buccaneer, your source for what they don't want you to know. With me, Tash. It's hard to believe that there could be shortages of food and medicine in an advanced country like ours, and yet here we are. Those old government promises of adequate food turned out to be just another lie. Today we're short of basic foodstuffs and vital medical supplies. Hundreds have already died of conditions that could be easily cured. The black market means that criminal gangs like Clan Kelly run our cities. And Prime Minister Dev Hassani isn't even around to pretend to care. How do we go from a consumer paradise to a place of empty shelves and fighting for supplies? What turns a land of plenty into a wild west of hoarding, food battles and blackmail?
Now, wanker.
No, yeah.
Hold it. Swat.
Your comrade is now taking an Albion-mandated timeout. You're up.
What an idiot. Come on, let's finish the job then.
Fucking fuck! No. What in the world is happening?
Why not just put up a sign that says suspicious?
Listen, fucking twat.
No more chances. Hey, what are you doing?
Live alarm. Location sent. Need a 1013.
Not listening.
Drone, initiate search protocol.
This is...
Hey, how you doing?
You fuckwit.
Well out of this.
Oh, you are so...
You wreck.
Okay. That's great. Absolutely.
Them fucked off. We better check back with the others.
Hey.
How's it going?
Code 3.
Set it off.
Closest units proceed to alarm location.
Get on the ground.
Somebody tripped the...
Them alarm. This better not be a false one.
You're gonna eat lead, mate.
Getting out of this.
Grenadier in the field.
Control.
I've had quite enough of this.
Multiple hostiles near your location. Received. Stand by for further developments.
Hey there.
Any sign of the target? Anyone? I'm putting an end to this. Over.
All right.
Control, I'm ready to immobilize the target.
Pursuing the target. Over. Negative. No visual of the suspect. No visual of target. Ending pursuit. Over.
Maybe whatever triggered the alarm is still here.
Who the hell tripped that alarm? Better look around.
Got a man down!
Drone, full sweep of the area. Spread out. Find the suspect. Drone, initiate search protocol.
Will someone shut that thing down? Nothing here. Redirecting. Whoa! We've got a casualty!
Whoever tripped the alarm, they're gone. Drone, perform a search.
Yeah, right. Pick on me, yeah? Alright, just keep calm, bro. Easy. I'm cooperating.
I surrender.
You're under arrest. You don't have to say anything, but anything you do say will be taken down and maybe given a
This
medal.
is bullshit.
What a load of shit.
God damn it! No!
Stop! Make it stop! Give back!
Just give up, will you?
Send me some help.
Shit.
All units,
Guess that was only a matter of time.
Suspects reported near your location.
Investigating. Stand by.
Control, I've lost the target.
Civilian is armed. Approach with caution.
Control, we have a visual on the suspect.
We are in pursuit. I say again, in pursuit.
Draw out the targets. Fuck it! It's time to stop this for good.
All units, we are after the suspect.
Control, let's get some patrol units on standby. Officer down. Send help.
Control, we are pursuing the suspects. Over.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
Ambulance urgently required at our location. Over. Not letting off. Oh.
Can anyone see the suspect? Control, we're in pursuit. Over.
There he is. Get him out. Get him out of here.
Control, add suspect to the most wanted list. Over.
The man you just rescued will still need a forged passport, or Albion will toss him in detention faster than a schoolboy who just learned all the words that rhyme with fart. I'll send him somewhere to hide out while you get those documents.
No, you sure? Alright, I hear you.
Do ya?
Cream and spice and all things nice. That's what little treats are made of. Sanjoli's Kitchen, voted best tikka masala in London.
We're in luck. There's a crate of forged biometric passports in the boot of a delivery vehicle on the premises. That's the vehicle you're looking for there.
Disruptions to traffic and public transportation, which I know. Please monitor local media for advisories.
Unfortunately, it's above yours and my pay grade.
Sure.
We should be more discreet. We don't want to be overheard.
Well, that should be the last of them.
Looking close to the alarm.
Got a vehicle? Now what?
Just deliver the vehicle. I found a passport in the boot that's a close match on facial composition, so all I have to do is doctor the chip, and our prospect's friend can use it to fool checkpoints, travel freely, and buy alcohol for minors.
Nice bags.
This ain't gonna be easy. Let's do this.
To pick up where your teammate left off. I'm sure they'll thank you once they stop eating through a tube.
Shit! I knew this would happen. Come on, let's finish this.
That's the vehicle there.
Shit! You're like 4 ounces that hurt. What's the deal with these wheels?
I don't know. Wish I knew. But unfortunately, it's above yours and my pay grade. It's forward.
citizens are advised to ensure that their optic devices have the latest firmware installed. Failure to do so is a crime.
Me have the vehicle. Now what?
I'm scanning the passports in the trunk now. Ah, one of them has a 96% facial match to our undocumented person. Barely a resemblance to my eye equivalent, but it would fool almost any human. I'll doctor the biometric data while you drop off the vehicle.
Nice one, Bugs.
Now let the rain fall on my enemies. Fall on my enemies. Let the rain fall on my enemies. Fall on my enemies. Yeah, let the rain fall on my enemies. On all of my enemies. Lord, let the rain fall on my enemies. Let it fall on my enemies. Yo, fall on my enemies. Fall on my enemies. Let the rain fall on my enemies. Fall on my enemies. Yeah, let the rain fall on my enemies. Lord, let the rain fall on my enemies. Let it fall on my enemies. Yo. Take the shackles off my feet so I can stand. I just wanna praise you. I just wanna praise you. You now I can lift my head. I'm gonna praise you. I'm gonna praise you. I'm gonna praise you. Take the shackles off my feet so I can dance. I just wanna praise you. I just wanna praise you. Fall on my enemies. Fall on my enemies. Let the rain fall on my enemies. All of my enemies. Yeah, let the rain fall on my enemies. On all of my enemies. Lord, let the rain fall on my enemies. Let it fall on my enemies.
Last year, nearly half of British parliamentarians were absent for more than 60% of votes. Even our Prime Minister recently set a record for most days spent outside the country in a calendar year. So who's running the show? Join us on GBB tonight to find out.
Hey, man's never been in. When it's shut down, that's not me and it's shut down. Ring ring pussy, it's shut down. Hey. Fashion week and it's shut down. Went to the show sitting in the front row in a black tracksuit and it's shut down. Touch the road and it's shut down. Boy better know when it's shut down. Jet, take time if a man want try me. No time. Usain Bolt when I run up on stage, I pick up the mic and it's reload time. Don't know your songs but they know mine. That's why I got gigs just like Joe Klein. After the show I'll be rolling mine. Don't care about the no smoking sign. They tried to steal my vision. This ain't a culture, it's my religion. God knows I don't wanna go prison. But if a man want try me, trust me, listen. Me and my G's ain't scared of police. We don't listen to no politician.
Looks like DedSec has saved the day.
Hold the fireworks. You've picked up a Clankelly tale, and from their comms chatter, it seems they're not happy about you stealing all those extremely valuable forged passports. Wonder why?
Oh, hell.
Yes, well said. You know, I'm growing rather fond of our little chats. If you don't die in the next few minutes, maybe we can have another.
proximity to the suspect.
So sorry.
You think you're fucking please not me? I don't even know you.
You need to get out.
None of my lyrics are stolen. That's my slogan. Songs I told him. I just shut down. It's not me and it's shut down. See it shut down. Fashion week and it's shut down. Went to the show sitting in the front row in a black tracksuit and it's shut down. Down the road and it's shut down. Boy, better know when they shut down. Yeah, I just shut down.
Begin searching.
Ring, pussy is shut down. Fashion week and it's shut down. Went to the show sitting in the front row in a black tracksuit and it's shut down. Touch the road and it's shut down. Boy, better know when it's shut down.
Counter-terrorism, counterintelligence, countering organized crime. Signal Intelligence Response leads the world in surveillance. It's great British technology protecting great British values. So, watching over Britain, watching out for you.
Middle finger to those bringing me down. One love to the guys around me, sticking around. Couple girls used to hate, but now they're bringing me now. Gold rings on some pimp shit, yeah, they're feeling me now. Whoa, funny but serious. I'll be in my room watching Back to the Future or any movie delirious. City to city, they be telling me I'm really sick. Young chick holding me down and she's the prettiest. I just wanna chill, can you chill too? I'm just doing what I feel to.
Danger. Vehicle in critical condition. Please exit immediately.
We've been hit.
Yeah, my ex-girl said I'm very stubborn. For your information. Where's that coming from?
Engaging hostile target.
I'm postmodern, perfecting, I'm futuristic. I need the privacy, get the hell out of business. Focus on bitches. Yeah, I need hundreds of thousands of likes. See the way I live, man, I swear it's very rare. Look at where the fakes are, bro, I'm never doing no. I'm never scared, my bro, forever wise. Anytime I step in the beat, I'm setting vibes. Written in the stars, I see it set in the sky. Set in Couple real women, couple real dudes, yeah. Middle figure high, feeling real rich. Acting like they got me, yeah, they like acting, but they know me. Do it properly. Fuck everybody, nobody can stop me. Nobody can stop me, I'm the prodigy. What's a lot to you really ain't a lot to me. Brother, I've been working all damn year. Win is where it's gotta be. I'm more than certain I'm vibing, forever working. Gotta put on the show before I can close the curtain. Forever working, I'm just trying to be the first in. If I make mistakes, then fuck it, I guess I'm learning.
You guys rule. I just heard about everything you did. With that passport, my friend's permanently off Albion's radar. Man, I owe you. We both do.
Now, I'm not saying you owe us, but if you join dead sick, we'll call it even.
Yeah, alright. Fuck it.
They'll never know what hit. Yeah.
Easy does it.
Fuck with me, huh?
Easy.
I'm happy another person has woken up and wants to do the right thing.
I'm happy to be here. Now, let's get to it.
Fantastic.
Oh, I can't handle this.
Civilians are urged to evacuate the area.
I say again, all units, we have medical assistance at my location, over. Received. We are trailing the target.
Student loan. Would've spent that on booze and clothes. Pop sitting wanna see me move on road. Move them bricks and move us home. Look, welcome to London. You get caught by the feds, you get thrown in the Queen's Gardens.
Negative.
No
sign
Auto drive now enabled.
I'm a top boy like Duchesne and Sully. Granddad's from Kingston, say Scully. Block say Sully. In London, all everybody cares about is just money. New gem with my underdogs, I'm rolling with my stray, huh? Run the streets,
Terminating pursuit and coming back.
Keep it square with all them.
Auto drive now disabled.
Bloodmen moving silence, blood, but my team, yeah, that stays last. Society giving me a chance. No. Listen if they said I can't. Would they listen if I told them through rhythm that I want written in my palms? Put in prison on that livers and
What do they even get up to here?
Don't judge my bad decisions, man. Baby, I'm a sinner, man. Concerning how another bridge ain't burning down. See all my people screaming, yet they turn my music down. Yeah, all they talk about is who they murdered now. I would pray for my sins, but there ain't no church in town. No church. Read my prophecy. Oh, I'm Socrates, yeah. See my block keep flames. I guess I'm hot property. Your estate is mine now, yeah. That's the hood monopoly. What? Everywhere, come over here, fam. Empty your pocket. Show me what you got for me.
What is going on? It's unacceptable. Why is this happening to me right now?
This again?
Hey!
I've heard from Inspector Lau. We're ready for the briefing. Mary Kelly heads up the most powerful crime family in London, Clan Kelly, which should at least be easy to remember.
Under her old man, they were a bit player. Then he died, and her rivals started disappearing. Her enemies, her friends, her family. They call her Bloody Mary for a reason.
Early on, Mary abandoned cash in favor of cryptocurrency and brought the Kellys' criminal business online.
It makes weapons smuggling, drug running, money laundering all a lot easier without a cash trail. The woman single-handedly modernized organized crime in London. She considers herself to be untouchable. Case in point, from my files you retrieved. Darla Covington, 19. Sasha Haddad, 28. Radek Stavkovich, 24. All disappeared.
It's difficult to find good help these days, isn't it, love? Most people, they ain't driven. Not like you. Because they feel worthless, don't they? The way that the world is, how it uses people. It's horrible. It's nice that you have a purpose. Oh, that'll be me, love.
We aren't finished here.
This was a courtesy. Oh, give my regards to their families. It's horrible losing someone you love. Nice meeting you, Caitlin.
As you can see, she'll never respond to interrogation. But there is one place she feels comfortable talking, the Sandstone residence.
Inspector Lau thinks a police bug in the Kellys' headquarters may have the evidence she needs to finally convict Bloody Mary.
Sandstone is their center of operations. I know the data on that bug will take her down. Get it for me, and I swear I'll put her away forever.
Pushing the coordinates to your optics.
Sabine here, Inspector Lau. I'm curious how you think you can bring Mary Kelly to justice now, with no backing. Even before Albion took over policing, you couldn't lock her up. And she goes on treating humans like cattle.
I had to work within the system. Yes, it was corrupt. I knew it. I just didn't know how bad it was. I thought a strong enough case couldn't be buried.
And those corrupt fucks took advantage of your good nature, Caitlin. So why are you giving them a chance to do it again?
Because I'm taking it to a contact in the Attorney General's office. An honest solicitor with a hard-on for organized crime. Specific...
Right. But however this goes down, there's no way we're letting Mary slip the net again. That's not how DedSec does things. Let's get to Sandstone.